Welcome to episode 5 of Building Sites with PhantomWP series. In this episode, we're going to look at 3 ways in which we can load the data from WordPress in PhantomWP. So let's get started. The first way is using the query builder. So we have the link here, we open it, and here we can see all the custom post types we have available on our connected WordPress site. Let's use the post for now and click Next. Here we have the options to filter and preview the posts. Here we have the preview of the lists, and here we have the limit, the order by, and categories, tags, authors, and the date range. So if we change here from descending to ascending, we're gonna see here it updates and the order is different. Let's leave it like this for now and click Next. This is the tab where we can generate the actual component or page. So if we generate a page, we have the option to enable pagination, or if we generate a component, we have a few layouts, grid, list, and so on. Let's use a grid with 3 columns. Here we have the data we can include in our cards. Let's leave it like this for now, I think it's okay. And there's a detail page found at blog/.astro. If that wouldn't have existed, the query builder would have offered to create it for us to not have dead links. And this is the component name, so it will gonna be post query. Let's go ahead and create it. And one file was created. Let's open it. So this is the post query component. Now if you go back to our post page and we load the post query component, so here we can see the template we selected, 3 columns, we see the title, date, and excerpt of each post. Now if you go to WordPress and these are the blog posts we use, let's go ahead and change a title. Let's change 2026, 2027 here, update. And now if you go here and refresh, this updated instantly. So this is data coming from our WordPress blog. Okay, so this is one way and one of the easiest way to do it. You don't have to write basically any code. The post query is editable, it's just plain code. You can use AI or you can modify it yourself according to your need. Is a great starting point. Now let's go ahead and look at the second way we can load the data from WordPress. We're going to use the WP API Explorer. Here we can see all the API routes we have available on our WordPress site. You can see here we have the default WordPress REST routes, Jetpack, plugins that expose REST API routes, WooCommerce, and things like that. And we have a team member custom post type on this site, so let's try to load that for now as an example. We can use the filter here to look for team members. So we have the team member custom post type. Let's select it. And now we can send the request to the team member REST API route, and this is the data we get back. So we get an ID, a date, so the same for each custom post type. We can see this as an expandable tree or as a JSON. Here we see the same data as JSON. Here we have an example code on how to get this data and how to render some of it. Here we see the headers, and here we see the ACF fields that are available. So we have the team members custom fields like profile photo, job title, and so on. So if we go here to code, we can select this code, copy it, and then let's create a new component. Let's call it team member list, create, now paste it, and now when we save it, nothing happens because we don't use this component. Let's add it here, team member list. Again, PhantomWP will automatically add the import. And now here we have the team members list. But this is just a starting point. For example, let's say we need an H3 with team member title.rendered. If you want to see what data is available, we can always go here, send the request. And we can see here the title and title.rendered. We can render absolutely any data, but For example, the team member bio is going to be HTML. So if you want to add that to a div with the HTML rendered, we're going to do set HTML equals team member dot content dot rendered. Okay, close the div, and now we have the team members with their bio in our post list. So this function makes CMS request. You can use it for any endpoint, and what it does, it just makes a call to this endpoint. It will also add the PhantomWP secrets to the request and the custom headers, because you might want to isolate your WordPress site, so you only allow requests from PhantomWP. So your site is basically offline and it cannot be attacked. So yes, it's better to use this make CMS request method than the direct fetch option. So we used custom code and we used the REST API to investigate the data, and this is how we got the team member. So this is way number 2. Now let's look at the third way, and maybe the most flexible. Here it's a bit more interesting because here we have an endpoint registered in WPCodeBox. So this is a custom endpoint. You can register yours, how many you want, and to do whatever you want with your WordPress site. So here we registered a REST root, and we can see the namespace. So this is basically like a endpoint category, WPCodeBox. It's a WPCode because I used the WPCodeBox AI to generate this code, and we say what method we allow. And we say here that we want to use this function to retrieve the data, and permissions callback is authentication, but this should be an open root, so we just return true. And here we add the function. So this is the get custom data, and it returns an array of projects with title and content. So if we go back to PhantomWP, and we go here to the REST API Explorer, let's close this, and here we can see our namespace, our endpoint category, and we see the project's endpoint. We can send a request to it, and we can see the data from WordPress from WPCodeBox. If we add 23 here, for example, let's have a quick look, and then we go in PhantomWP, send a request, you see the data updated. So yes, this is especially useful when you want to compile data on the WordPress site from multiple sources and then query it from the frontend. So for example, if you want data from multiple custom post type, from a team member and a project, and format it in a way, you can do this on the WordPress site in PHP, register it as a custom REST endpoint, and in PhantomWP you just get it in the format you need it. Okay, so now we have the options to do this. Again, we can go to the code, get the code, let's copy it, and now we can create a new component. So it's going to be projects list, create it. And in this projects list, let's paste the code from the REST API Explorer. And here we have the title and the content. Let's render the component here. So it's going to be project list. And now we see the project list here. Let's switch this to an H4 for the title. Okay, and a div for the content. Okay, so now we can see we have the projects from WPCodeBox in PhantomWP. So this is our page created from data from PhantomWP. Let's go back to WPCodeBox and let's say we add a new project. This is going to be new project 46. Save. The snippet was saved, and now if you go here, refresh, and we see all our projects. So as you can see, these are the 3 ways to get data from WordPress: using the query builder, using the REST API Explorer and custom code, or using custom code and custom REST endpoints on the WordPress side. In the next videos, we're gonna look at different ways of rendering this data. So if we want to render the data at build time, and then we can set up the WordPress site to trigger a build when data updates, or we want the Astro page server-side generated, then it will get the data in real time from WordPress. These are the two options, and we'll look into them in the next video. So until then, see you, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you, bye.